Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mortanius, and we are a little early, but we are back with another episode of Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X. Time of recording is 11:19 p.m. Sunday, June 1st, 2025. When we last left off, we had finally got ourselves an introduction to the new variation of the Citadel, at least for the moment. Didn't have much to actually do, but got the chance to meet a few old faces and a few new faces as well. Finally managed to petition the Council for aid for Earth against the Reapers, but they hit us with a cold fact. Their worlds are under siege too, their territories rather, are under siege as well. So unfortunately, while Earth suffers, it buys these other races time. And while I don't entirely disagree, at the end of the day, it's still my home world and it's still my species, so it's still our problem directly. So we decided to bypass them, and the Council particularly, and appeal straight to their leadership. But in order to do that, we've got to acquire a few individuals. So unfortunately, we've got to waste our time playing politics, children. So if you like what you see and want to see more of me as we continue on this journey to see if we can save the galaxy from its own nonsense, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my Discord. Finally managed to figure out whatever nonsense that was. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Grunt's room is empty. Now, only reason I don't bother speaking to her, you'll go through like just her asking like, is this time for me to leave? Have I gone too far or something? She will have dialogue and other things, just not right now. Let me see. We still need to speak to a couple more people. But beyond that, we'll be moving on. And there's K9.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Whoa. That's good to know. And now you know why it is I made it a point to wait. We'll actually have to deal with that whole aspect of things being marked up. And it's only a 10% markup, but it's still a markup, so yeah.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawk, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement, too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Bit of a rep, huh? A stickler for making sure your shuttle is exactly how you need it to be. Good. You'll be of extreme help here.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
That's a shame. As much as the Hammerhead wasn't overly durable, which was a problem, which we've already gone over in the last game, its firepower was nice and that speed was useful. That kind of speed dealing with the Reapers would help a lot.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
Yep, there's a reason they call those things a combat cockroach.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Well, I can understand that Cerberus had the smarter move, to be honest. Your weapons are down here. If somebody infiltrates your ship, say, through the front door, well, your weapons are down here, the bridge is up there, and, well, there's that problem. Cerberus designed themselves to deal with potential infiltrators, invasions. They would be armed, and they can strike from the bridge. Logistics, power, resources, control. They had the right thought, personally. Y'all planned for leaving. They planned for company.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
We heard about Ferris Fields being lost in Mass Effect 2.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Now, as I was explaining last episode, we have the standard procurement interface, which is the shops. So any and every shop we come across the whole game, we can buy everything from the Normandy with a 10% markup. Alright, the Indra. Nice. We'll be getting that later. Stability damper, magazine upgrade. Oh yeah. We'll definitely be coming back to pick up some of these Spectre requisitions, of course. But then you also have this section over here for weapon upgrades. Now, you can level up each and every weapon you get. At first, you can level them up to 5, I believe is the max. Finish the game and get into New Game Plus and you can get up to 10. But each upgrade increases the damage, the ammo capacity, and decreases the weight of that weapon. Now, the upgrades don't add to the markup. There's no markup issues there. But you won't always want to buy them. You will find upgrades out in the field, so you will want to act accordingly when it comes to that. For the moment, things are fine. There's nothing I want to buy, and there's nothing I want to waste resources on. Of course, we've got our upgrade station. Vindicator assault rifle. Katana shotgun, not my style. Predator pistol. Alright, where's the rest of my models? Quarian. Freighter. You know, it's interesting. I think K9 was also a pre-order item. I did not have her the first time playing the original Mass Effect 3. And yeah, that's what she does. She just travels, scans everything. Whether she helps in combat, I have no idea. I don't know if that's something you can actually choose. Never actually looked into it either, so wasn't overly concerned. I guess we got a backup shuttle? Or the shuttle we used was a third one. I don't know where we would have housed it though. Wild how they just had all my stuff just everywhere like this. It's kind of irritating. It makes sense moving packages and all of that, but sweet, ever-loving Jesus. Alright, back to my quarters. We will be getting fish. There will be fish that will be solved. Hey, little buddy. Yes, sir. Squad selection, review squad abilities, and change appearances. Now, the way they work in this game, your outfits for your teammates, they actually matter. So for Liara, she has that outfit she's wearing gives a 25% increase to her power damage. His gives him a 25% increase to shields. Weapon damage. Weapon damage. Good lord, what the hell is that? Shields. With a monocle. No, we're good there. Standard commando armor, power recharge speed. Advanced commando armor, power recharge speed. Power damage. Where are you? And there you are, power damage. Alright. I feel like we're still missing models. We might be, we'll have to see. I thought I picked up every one from the last games. Now, of course, we also have music if we so choose. Okay. For a second, I'm like, what? Did I not unlock more or something somehow? Needless to say, some of these are pain. Never really been into, as Rex likes to put it, club crap. But there's one particular tune I can always listen to when I'm in here. Good lord. You'd think I would have found it by now. Yeah, we're done. Why does that keep happening? So as you can see on the right side of the screen, we've got our stats for our armor. Which you also hit X, you also see what each piece of armor gives you. So for our N7 armor gives us 10% health. No helmet. I'm not really the helmet type, never have been. That shall not change now. Cost of fabrication chest piece for the shield regen speed, a 10% increase. Yes, sir. And that is what we will go with. Melee damage. Sure. They even let you change your lights in this one. Bit of biotic blue. And of course the Cerberus Ajax armor. That armor came with, I think, the DLC. I'm not sure. Among Cerberus soldiers, Ajax armor is favored by those brave or unlucky enough to lead charges to break enemy formations. Its role is to keep the wearer standing and shooting as long as possible. It offers some benefit to Omni-Tool and Biotic Amp systems, but its main emphasis is boosting and recharging its kinetic barrier and bleeding off weapon heat through coolant circulation in its gloves. Due to the high-risk tactics associated with the armor, the Alliance has captured very few suits in perfect condition. 25% ammo capacity, 10% weapon damage, power damage, shield regen, and then 25% to shields overall. But you can't customize those. And of course we have our casual look. Standard Alliance military. Standard dress blues, which are probably what I'll be wearing. The rough and tumble robe kind of look, not really my style. Variation of the military outfit. I want to say, yeah, this is the one we're wearing on board, and that's the one we wore at the tribunal. Of course, the hoodie that was referenced to us in our mail, that is a pre-order item. And I think this jacket is too. I think for now, we'll stick with the jacket. Alright. Back at it. Now, conquer systems. Clusters already conquered by the Reapers can be accessed using the Normandy stealth drive. Search these clusters for survivors, salvage, and valuable intel. Now, these work very interestingly, right? So as you see, we have the recovered protein artifact in the Exodus cluster. That's the Eden Prime mission. Kite's Nest, Hades Gamma. Up top, that's Santcum, which is the Cerberus lab that we were referenced on in our first message from Admiral Hackett about Spec Ops. Turian Primarch, that's the main mission. This kind of is, but we'll go to those. Now first, apologies if you folks just went deaf, that was not the intent. Search and rescue. The Normandy is equipped with a new and improved scanning pulse that can detect objects of interest. Use this to uncover war assets, artifacts, intel, and fuel as you fly around the system. Be aware, however, that each time the pulse is used, the chance that Reapers will enter the system to investigate is increased. If a Reaper enters the system you are in, flee and wait until you have completed the mission before returning. So yeah, when you're in a system, right, you'll want to pick where you're at to use your pulses because it radiates out to a certain distance, so you won't want to just be pulsing constantly. Some systems you will want to just suck it up and do that, but generally you won't want to. But what you also need to be aware of, there's the Reaper meter. What you also need to be aware of is that because of the way this works nowadays, now in this particular game, we have Karshan. That's the Batarian homeworld. That's perfect. Go ahead and add that to the codex a bit. Will likely be the death blow to the Empire. Almost no information has escaped Karshan since the Reapers destroyed the convoys, but Batarian refugees say that resistance has created a bond amongst the commoners. If a new government can rise from the ashes, that bond may sustain a new Batarian society. So, when it comes to this scan, it's fine. It's just a surface scan like we had in the last game, but we won't be collecting resources like we did, and we don't have to buy probes. But here's the thing. First, Citadel, Pillars of Strength. So that was an object we just picked up. We take that back to the Citadel and find a specific person, give them the Pillars of Strength. That was 1 out of 3 assets, as you see in the top left corner, 33%. In this one, you don't refuel. You need fuel, but you don't refuel. In this one, almost every fuel station has been destroyed by the Reapers. So you collect the fuel when you can, and you had better use it wisely. I think you can actually soft lock yourself out of certain things. Now here's the thing. Here come the Reapers. Now bear witness, they are faster by a lot. already catching up to me that
Evasion
hard. But
successful.
here's the thing. A trick I kind of discovered back in the day. You leave the system, you can buy yourself some time. If you're careful, you don't have to come back for the mission to finish. But if you want their clock to reset, you will need to come back for the mission to finish.
Not successful.
Now, if you do it wrong and you go to collect an item, the Reapers can still get you while you leave. They have slower acceleration but greater speed. You have greater acceleration but lower speed. But it still takes about a second or so to really pick up the speed necessary. Alright. Virush. While we're in this mode, we don't have to worry about anything. But the second we leave is the second we need to be leaving. I could fall asleep right now and not concern myself. Weapon upgrade kit. So yeah, you'll also find those as you go. Alright.
Evasion successful.
Kite's nest, that's one handled. Untrail.
Signal confirmed.
Now these ones, generally they'll be fuel, so you might want to wait until you've done everything in that system just in case. A deck. So this is outright Batarian territory. All of it, because this is another Batarian planet. 6 million population that more than likely ain't what it was. Yeah, we'll find credits this way as well. That was everything in the system. Now, when you summoning Reapers to the system doesn't like doom the system. It's just a threat for you.
Reapers eluded.
The system is fine in terms of everybody else. Now, as we go, we'll see more and more of these systems get taken. See, I don't really need the fuel right now. But for all I know, that's the only thing in the system. So I kind of got to be careful. Trebin. That name is familiar. Whoa. More money. That was half. Leave the fuel. Take the cannoli. Fuel is sitting at half. Oh, that is not good. Now sometimes what will happen is you'll fly through space and you'll actually hear yourself fly over an object. That's why I went ahead and pulsed when I was in that system and found the fuel. I had flew over it and I actually heard myself fly over it.
Signal confirmed.
No. Now, I don't have to do these immediately. I just figured I'd knock out some. Add them to the list. Spec Ops Team Zeta. Like I was saying, some of these are just outright war assets. Like Zeta.
I found something.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Cleanse all. I figure if nothing else, since most of these worlds will more than likely know, just primarily check out the ones that have things to collect on them. It's hard to say which worlds we don't know, to be honest. There are so many in the Mass Effect universe, and then there are some times where you don't get to see ones you used to see, so. Now, as much as y'all are seeing me pick up chunks, I'm not even joking. I have barely picked up anything. Hey, now.
Faster
Fair
than light
enough.
jump successful.
That's why they're giving me like money in such large chunks. It's because it's barely anything, really. Especially when you add the 10% markup. That 10% markup gets real pricey real quick. Now, some of these systems you won't be able to find anything in
Signal confirmed.
at first.
Evasion successful.
This is risky. Came out in a bad spot. Wantama. And no, they won't let you stay and fight the Reapers. If they catch you, it's a one-shot.
Reapers eluded.
I ain't coming back here just for fuel. I'll waste more getting over here.
Faster than
More
light
than
jump
likely.
successful.
Yeah, if you can, try not to waste long time periods outrunning the Reapers, because odds are you ain't gonna do it. Not if you have an entire system to cross.
I found something.
Kohei. It's funny. It's got me always. Every time I see that name, it's always got me thinking about Rising Sun, Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes movie. I am the senpai. You are the kohai. Senpai speaks, the kohai listens. Another 10 G's. Went the long way because I might as well get as many scans out as possible. Gotta be real careful because they can really catch you.
Reapers eluded.
Yep, didn't want to come in through here. Oh no. Where is that? Sometimes you won't
Faster
get
than light
everything
jump successful.
initially. You'll have to come back later. It's like some mission thing or being away sometimes.
Evasion
Because you'll
successful.
scan an object that you've already scanned and the result is the same. I might get caught here. Nope.
Reapers
All right.
eluded.
Other than the fuel here, that is everything. Once this is done, I'm going straight to Sanctum. Deal with the other searchable spots later. Anos Basin. That is familiar to me for some reason. I'm having to remind myself of all these things, children. Now, something else to be aware of. Be real careful when you're hopping between systems using the relay. You can scan while you're hopping and the game will count that. So, yeah, just be careful. The game will count that you're scanning.
Signal confirmed.
I mean, y'all saw that. It was in the pulse. Like, what? Watson. Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. Whoa. Nope. Javelin missile launchers. Tall matters. It all matters. Well, they're coming in from the west.
Faster than light jump successful.
Yeah.
I found something.
Now, some systems won't summon Reapers at all. I can't remember what the exact reason for that is, though. It may be just that there's no Reapers in range, so. 'Cause there was some reason, it's just been years since I've had to think about it. Sanctum. Piracy is at a 14-year global high on Sanctum. That's pretty messed up. So as I said, this is our first spec op, and as you can see, her new outfit fits her quite nicely. Good color too, legit. I'll give you the Vindicator. Keep the katana, since that's the only thing I got. Give you the shuriken. And if oh, Predator, excuse me. Whoa. All right. All right. 12% damage. That'll do.
Commander, I've got a hail from Admiral Hackett.
Put him through, Lieutenant.
Shepard, we've uncovered a Secret Service lab, function unknown. We sent in a recon team, but they were forced to pull out before they got very far.
Any other intel?
We think they're using the facility to warehouse and study Reaper tech. We've been wondering how Service is connected to the Reapers, and this might give us some answers.
We're on it.
Find out what Service is doing and get me any Reaper tech samples you can, Commander. Hack it out.
All right. Let's get low, let's get fast.
Commander, I'm tracking some tech with a Reaper signature. That's your first sample to grab. Updating your nav point.
All right. What? Oh, barrier was already up. I'm like, what?
You bet.
All right. Bye now. Just that fast. Health bar is that beat down. And I ain't even mad. Nice catch. Right, my singularity hurts.
I'm on it.
Handle it, Vega.
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, affirmative.
Bro, what? Why would you go the long way? Here he is. Good Lord, and he went back out and around anyway.
Yeah. Affirmative. I'm on it.
Oh. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Want to be sure about it. Huh. 3 G's, right? Personal log, C to lobby. Finally here. Wow, the troops here are really intense. No one smiles ever, and suicide on capture order? Seriously? They call training integration. I start being integrated tomorrow. Can't wait. Well, at least he has enthusiasm for his potential job.
Will only lead to metagel advances for Hanar. Only Cerberus would call that a failure.
Yep. Okay. Alright. That is the first artifact right there. So we'll go ahead and pop that. Take it back to Steve.
Well, that's weird looking. Guess we found it.
Pretty.
Got the sample.
Roger that. Meet you at the landing pad.
Yeah. Now, one thing I didn't mention yet. These areas that these spec op missions take place in, these are the areas the multiplayer takes place in. So it gave you a real good chance to familiarize yourself with these battlefields. C to personal log, C to lobby. Integration successful. Suicide on capture orders confirmed. Cerberus is my friend. Obey. Protect humanity at any cost. Oh, to lobby. Oh, you're a good boy. And they've made sure of it. Good boy, good boy. Now let me pat you on the head and feed you from the hand.
Second sample located, Commander. Nav point updated.
Good work.
Be gone, fat. Right, hold up. Oh yeah, ain't going down there yet. Not from that angle. Get over here. Oh. You wanted to start that. Good lord. Ah, okay. Standard alarm. For standard streaming. That's funny. Nope. Shields or no. Taste the rainbow. See the way they design warp in this one, warp is just straight damage over time. As well as a hard hit. It's one of my favorites actually. Uh-oh.
Got it.
Getting back to you now. We just need to hold out until Cortez can pick us up.
No, you don't.
Never said it would be easy.
Yeah. It's funny, I forgot to talk to Vega. Okay. That was the assault trooper, huh? Trying to be careful. That is a turret, and he is about to activate it. Stop moving.
Roger that. Stay focused. This isn't over yet.
Whoo! I even dodged. Last second. That's alright. Oh, that's irritating. They didn't keep track of that, huh? Damn it. It's got his turret online. That thing is a eater, I'm telling you now. Woo. Now, do too much damage to it, and he'll have to fix it, which exposes him. Whew. Nope, I ain't letting you set down another one. As far as I know, they don't have a limit to the amount they can set, so not dealing with that. Come on, show yourself. So I can cure all those ills. Burn, bitch. Ugh. Alright. Just like that. All let to cut through the shields. After that, his armor was effectively flimsy under the right circumstances. Alright. Of course, you can see in the upper right that the meter is emptying to let you know that you're hacking that whole thing.
Second 10 is secure. Heading back to you now.
Negative, Commander. Pad got hot. Have to bug out. Got 3 birds on my 6. Taking fire. Scratch that. Make it 4. We'll rendezvous when I can. Out.
We just need to hold out until Cortez can pick us up.
Nothing like having your back to the wall.
Never said it would be easy.
Tried to take cover as I was doing that. Should've known. Whoa, not what I wanted to do.
Good work.
Whoa, did I get hit from behind too? Thank you for my team being there with me. Nothing like it.
Good work.
I hate these smoke grenades. They get on my nerves. They really do. Put that down. Damn, he beat me to it. And what did I just get hit by? Jesus, this mission ain't even this complicated.
Good work.
What? So y'all just chilling, huh? Just being chilling, huh? All right, since effectively y'all need to be told what to do.
I'm on it. Roger that.
Gotcha. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm on it. Affirmative. Sure thing.
Ugh.
Understood. It appears to be Reaper tech, but the signatures.
10. Second sample secure. Heading back to you now.
Negative, Commander. Pad got hot. Have to blow down. Got 3 birds on my 6. Taking fire. Scratch. Cat making 4. We'll rendezvous when I can. Out.
We just need to hold out until Cortez can pick us up.
Nothing like having your back to the wall.
Never said it would be.
Okay. That was a bend. They bend that corner on me.
Stay focused. This isn't over yet.
I'm like, hold up. It did not blow up yet.
This all day.
Now, how about we try and limit this to once per week, huh? I'm getting old. Dang, it's tender. Holy crap. I really do. Oh, well,
Cortez,
shit.
do you copy? What's your status?
Engaging multiple targets. Time for something a bit risky.
Lieutenant,
Last stand, Commander.
just stay focused and keep at it.
Holy God. Fine. Liara, get over here. Yep, you'll see they are disgusting with your smoke grenades constantly. Fuckers live and breathe smoke grenade at this point.
Roger that. Roger that. I'm on it. Roger that.
You gotta love how your singularity sticks around, your ability stick around even after you proc them. Bruh, I am so tired of Vega and his pathing. You say that while having gone that way, you might as well finish the cycle. Nut job.
Cortez, you copy.
I hope he's still alive.
He'll make it. Let's just keep the landing pad clear.
I shouldn't be. Yeah. Gotcha.
Understood.
Nope.
Commander, heading to a dark side to shake. Coming in hot. Be ready.
Heading for extraction point now. Come on in.
I'm on it.
I should. Oh no, I don't. Nope. There's a few things I'm missing. Speaking of which, did that already? Yeah. Multi-proc. Yes, sir. So how are we feeling, Private Talabi? I did not want to pick up that med kit. Could have kept it and added to my experience. Huh, I could swear that was a weapon mod. Nope, there it is. Nope, sniper rifle and hand scope. Nope. Be gone. I say thee nay. Oh wow, they're gonna let me die like this from a random with a grenade. Haha. No.
We're at the extraction point. Ready for pickup.
Almost there.
Oh.
Right away.
Yeah. Memory serves, you can't actually clear them out altogether permanently. Even with a President 3, though.
Commander, we've got our best engineers looking at the Reaper tech you secured from that lab.
What was Cerberus doing with it?
We don't know yet, but whatever Cerberus is up to, it can't be good. Even if we can't determine its purpose, we've disrupted their experiments.
I doubt they'll just close up shop.
Agreed. We'll keep sending strikes against the facility. Good work, Commander.
And that's the multiplayer aspect. You don't have to wait for these missions to come up to do the multiplayer. You can just do the multiplayer whenever you want to. Okay. 103rd Division got an addition. Nicknamed the Bridge Burners, Team Zeta are combat engineers who specialize in destroying enemy fortifications in hostile territory. This tight-knit group of men and women are respected for their knowledge, renowned for their tenacity, and infamous for their enthusiasm. We all need enthusiasm. That was what I had picked up from one of those surveys that we were doing. The USS Agricourt was one of many Alliance ships that saved the colony world Elysium from pirates and enslavers during the Skillian Blitz in 2167. In order to stay with his vessel and crew, its captain refused promotion after the Blitz. Crucible. Completing the Crucible device will require entire systems of resources and skilled workers, as well as the galaxy's brightest scientists. That's what we're calling the device, the Crucible. Javelin missile launchers. Developed by the Alliance, Javelin missiles release dark energy upon impact. This creates devastating space-time disruptions, magnified warp fields that strip away a target's molecular bonds. Even the strongest kinetic barriers will eventually collapse after multiple impacts from these rockets. Alliance R&D commandeered in several colony factories and now produce enough Javelin missile launchers for all dreadnoughts in the Alliance fleet. Nice. You read little stuff like that and then your brain just starts to create the in-game lore for the world. It's like, okay, yeah, we can hit real hard with that. Ex-Cerberus. As the elusive man's methods become more extreme, skilled operatives abandon Cerberus. They have offered to help stop the Reapers in any way they can. Cerberus research data. Data liberated from Cerberus Research Lab, the lab we were just at, includes reports on the composition and strength of various Reaper units. Alliance scientists are fact-checking the information, but it appears to be genuine, so Alliance military VIs can use it to strategize against the Reaper's ground forces. Yeah, speaking of that.
The Reaper called Harbinger is believed to be the oldest and largest in the Reaper Armada. From the reaches of dark space, Harbinger managed to control the Collectors, a race of human-sized insectoid bipeds, as it sent them on a campaign to kill and gather humans from vulnerable colonies. The Collectors became a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Surviving colonists have described the tone of Harbinger's threats heard through the Collectors as they attacked as visceral and terrifying. Alliance intelligence has tentatively identified Harbinger as one of the Reapers leading the attack on Earth. A myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers
That's
were once imagined
old
as
so
space
far.
monsters that consumed entire stars.
well,
Archaeologists
the
who
bottom
searched
one
for
ain't.
the sources of such myths found little besides the themes of all-consuming devils that are common to primitive cultures. Although accurate information about the Reapers remains scarce, the galaxy now knows that the Reapers are not a myth. They are a real and devastating threat.
Makes you wonder if the theory of all-consuming devils was always the Reapers.
Sovereign was the first Reaper encountered by the modern Citadel races. Military leaders initially assumed that Sovereign was a Geth or Prothean flagship commanded by Saren Arterius, a rogue Spectre. The truth was far more alarming. The massive
Indeed.
ship was itself intelligent, and Saren proved to be under its control. The attacks by Sovereign against Eden Prime and the Citadel removed any uncertainty about the Reaper's technological superiority. Sovereign's formidable shielding and firepower allowed it to hold off the combined fleets of the Citadel, and its mass effect fields proved powerful enough to let the enormous vessel land on a planet's surface. Sovereign's mission, to open a mass relay that would transport the other Reapers from dark space, proved its undoing. During the Battle of the Citadel, Sovereign linked its consciousness to Saren's. When Saren's death corrupted the signal and shut down Sovereign's shields, Sovereign's destruction soon followed.
Had it not, I can't see if we would have won, honestly. And if we did, pretty much every fleet would have been devastated.
Reaper indoctrination is an insidious means of corrupting organic minds, reprogramming the brain through physical and psychological conditioning using electromagnetic fields, infrasonic and ultrasonic noise, and other subliminal methods. The Reaper's resulting control over the limbic system leaves the victim highly susceptible to its suggestions. Organics undergoing indoctrination may complain of headaches and buzzing or ringing in their ears. As time passes, they have feelings of being watched and hallucinations of ghostly presences. Ultimately, the Reaper gains the ability to use the victim's body to amplify its signals, manifesting as alien voices in the mind. Indoctrination can create perfect deep cover agents. A Reaper's suggestions can manipulate victims into betraying friends, trusting enemies, or viewing the Reaper itself with superstitious awe. Should a Reaper subvert a well-placed political or military leader, the resulting chaos can bring down nations. Long-term physical effects of the manipulation are unsustainable. Higher mental functioning decays, ultimately leaving the victim a gibbering animal. Rapid indoctrination is possible, but causes this decay in days or weeks. Slow, patient indoctrination allows the thrall to last for months or years.
And then we get to the crux, which was, I want to say we already had this information, but I also kind of want to say the information we just got from Sanctum is actually where this piece came from.
The Citadel races have classified the known variants of Reapers into 4 types. Capital ships are Sovereign-class Reapers 2 kilometers in length. They typically target the dreadnoughts, defense installations, and industrial cities of organic civilizations. Experts believe the Reapers harvest a single species of organics during each cycle of extinction to create these massive ships. Some capital ships are capable of launching small drones equivalent to fighters. Destroyers are 160 meters long and, in astounding numbers, make up the bulk of the Reaper fleet. They engage cruisers and other smaller ships, as well as communications posts and enemy command centers. Research suggests destroyers are created from those species that are not harvested to make capital ships. Troop transports carry husks to unconquered planets and bring victims of the harvest to Reaper processing centers. They vary in length from 200 meters to 1 kilometer, but unlike capital ships and destroyers, do not appear to be self-aware. Instead, other Reapers operate troop transports remotely. Processors, also called slaughter ships, are mobile centers for mass DNA harvesting. Like troop transports, processors appear to be remotely operated by sapient Reapers.
Now check this out, folks. For those of you who might be a little curious, Sovereign and all Sovereign class ships, the capital ships, are 2 kilometers. That, for reference, the next iteration down are destroyers are 160 meters. 2 kilometers is 2,000 meters versus 160 meters. We are talking about 2 entirely different scales of creature here. On top of that, 2 kilometers. Experts believe the Reapers harvest a single species of organics during each cycle of extinction. We saw at least 12 roaming Earth, so that's at least 12 cycles, if not like a lot more. There are at least 1 per system, 1 per cluster, excuse me, 1 per cluster, so there's that. Not to mention how many of them are actually throughout the galaxy. There could be just as easily thousands, millions. How many cycles have these things gone through? Hard to say.
Cannibals are frontline Reaper units created from corrupted Batarians. The nickname refers to their propensity to devour the bodies of fallen comrades. This triggers a biochemical process through which the cannibals spontaneously heal themselves and grow new chitinous armor. The transformation also appears to give cannibals a greater awareness of their surroundings, leading to more strategic behavior and careful use of battlefield cover.
And that is an actual mechanic. You will see them do this. Sorry about that.
Husks are the aggressive, mindless foot soldiers of the Reaper armies. They are created by impaling either living or dead humans on mechanical spikes that rapidly extract water and trace minerals and replace them with cybernetics. These cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into horrifying killing machines. The Reapers use large groups of husks to overwhelm the enemy. The husks' inability to feel pain, as well as their tendency to attack in groups, makes them particularly deadly adversaries.
Swarmers. Always be careful of swarmers. Wasn't trying to bombard y'all with all of those, but good ones just sort of kept popping up, so, you know, there you go. But since we've dealt with that spec op, now we've got to check our messages and move on to the next operation.
You see the Citadel when we were there on leave? You'd never know there was a war on.
They'll know soon enough. All those refugees have to go somewhere.
Oh, they know. That's why they're kind of acting like that. Huh, nothing to say. Alright.
Commander?
Yep. Right.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Like he said,
Yeah. We're gonna rescue a Turian Primarch from Paladin.
same as usual.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You down here for a reason?
Just came down to talk.
Great. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
I think I can handle it.
Okay, loco. Let's dance.
Don't push your luck, Vega. With age comes wisdom. And rank.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war!
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks for the dance, loco.
Loco, huh?
I can think of worse things to call you.
Long as you remember who's in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, I won't forget.
And there it is. Say hello to James Vega.
Hey again. What's up?
You mentioned a mission you had against the Collectors. What happened?
Pretty much what I said. Things went foobar, and I was one of the few to make it out. If you want the rest of the story, you're gonna have to get me really drunk, or...
Or what?
That's about it. Sorry, Commander. Just not interested in talking about that. Next topic?
We all got those. Can't blame it. In case you folks are curious, there's actually a movie, Mass Effect Paragon Lost, that actually covers that exact story. It's pretty good. It was cold. It is not pretty. I'm gonna warn you right now. If you've ever seen the animated Dead Space movies, it follows the same kind of track, same kind of animation style too. So,
You had a hard time leaving Earth. You still want to head back?
Hell yeah. But I get it now. It's not where I'd be most useful. Not yet, anyway.
We'll get back there.
I know. And I'll do whatever it takes to get us there, Commander.
Maybe no more shuttle crashes.
No promises now that I've gotten the taste for it. Besides, I like to keep Esteban on his toes.
that part kills me every time. You don't even see Esteban, but you know you're over there talking about, I am not drunk enough for that, Mr. Vega. Take care of my shuttle.
You got family back on Earth?
Yeah, an uncle. Retired military. Got a few cousins I haven't heard from in a while.
You and your uncle close?
Yep. He was the reason I joined the Marines and was about the only good thing in my life after my mom died.
No dad?
He's there. Somewhere. But I'm not sure I'd call him family. Not anymore. I would like to find out how my uncle's doing.
It happens sometimes too. Don't know what circumstances. Father might have been gone. Father might not have wanted to be involved. Father might have wanted to be involved, but can't be in two places at once. So on and so forth. Ad infinitum.
What's with you and the nicknames?
It's just my way of remembering people. Some people just don't match their names, you know? So, I just give them a new one.
So, I'm a loco, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty crazy, but the shit you've done makes me look sane.
Stick around long enough, you'll see the stuff that I do is the stuff that you do.
I take it you and Lieutenant Cortez know each other.
Yeah, Esteban did a stint on Fel Prime where me and my squad were stationed. I caught up with him on Earth a few months back. He's a good guy. Just don't tell him I said so. It'll go to his head.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
You bet.
There it is. Gotta check in with Joker. I'm debating. I had titled this episode based on going to Eden Prime, but that was because I didn't expect Sanctum to eat up as much time as it did. I'm debating whether or not to continue and just knock that out. It's not entirely short. Not entirely long either, but yeah.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
To be honest, while I'm not surprised in the slightest bit, this is the one time I can actually... The other times, they had some sense. In the first game, they couldn't send a fleet after Saren because, well, let's face it, could trigger war with the Terminus systems, and ain't no point in going to war over one race, no offense. Our race, any of the council races, any race. No point in sending the entire quadrant into war, for one. At the same time, you don't just let it stand, but they had precedent. Second game, not so much. They were suspicious, but they still didn't have precedent. And they made it a point to cover things up a little bit too much, despite the fact of being given quite a few instances of proof. Now, mind you, some of the proof we gave them was Not as solid as it was when we got it. Vigil was gone by the time they had made it to Ilos, so whatever proof Vigil could have given them, he wasn't able to at that point. You would think they would have tried to repair the VI, but it was probably a little bit too advanced and too degraded. Nothing that they found really signified Sovereign as being a Reaper so much as not being a Geth construct. And then there was a whole bunch of pieces and tech found. So they had even more precedent to say, no, this is advanced, but it's not like freaky. So it kind of makes sense. To an extent, they had justification for their skepticism. But they should have at least given me someone that they trusted, since they didn't trust the first human Spectre. At least give me somebody you trust to come verify all of this. Now, well, nobody wants to die. They know it's all real, and since it's real, well, they've kind of got to play catch up. Playing keep up is a luxury. Playing catch up is a necessity. And the only choice we have is the same choice that everybody else has. Catch up or fall off.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
That's a reference for you folks in Mass Effect 1 who might actually have wanted to hang up on the council. Only reason I didn't is because I was dealing with them and I wasn't going to deal with any nonsense. Plus, you know, primarily Paragon playthrough. Other choices, but primarily Paragon playthrough.
Commander.
And that's that. The entire crew's been dealt with in that regard. After little side missions, you won't really have anything to say to the crew. Main missions, of course. Alright, pick up that fuel. And as you can see, the Reapers are gone. It doesn't matter whether it's a main or a side mission, so long as you finish a mission, the Reapers will evacuate that system for a little while. Now that was all of them, was it? Anos Basin, I don't think I can actually do anything right now. Ah, okay. Now you actually do have fuel here. Look at that. You obviously can't summon the Reapers, but so that's something to remember. You do have, and I do remember this being the case for some systems, just not where, but that there would still be some fuel depots. Prime.
Signal confirmed.
Zion. Whoa. Excuse me. Prothean data files. Well, we know what happened when humanity found a single data cache of disks on Mars. We ended up shooting Turians in the face. We could probably do a great deal just with that little bonus right there. That's another thing. If you're full on fuel and you pick fuel up, it will be taken. All of it. It won't stack on what you already have. So you'll waste it. They may have updated it though.
I found something.
I only made that mistake in the original version of the game. 4. Sixth Fleet was fighting for this planet's helium-3 infrastructure. Tier. Oh, I'm tripping. Tier, huh? So this must be the Asgard system. If that's the case, then I want to say Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. Yep, Asgard. I want to say yep, Terra Nova was somewhere in this system. Terra Nova was one of the planets we dealt with back in the first game. We were never on the planet, but we dealt with Asteroid X-57, the DLC, at the beginning of the game. Well, slightly at the beginning of the game. We could have waited, but we chose to knock it out a little early. Get access to some good gear, some XP, get a story going. Alliance Cruiser, Shanghai.
Evasion successful.
Gotcha. Loki. Alliance Spec Ops Team Delta. Like I said,
Reapers eluded.
there's crap everywhere. Great potential to save the galaxy. Great potential. Yeah, we'll actually save that run for when we come back next time, since it's going to be pretty lengthy. But that's going to be the end of episode 3 of Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X, folks. If you like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube above, both. Excuse me. Drop a comment. Check out some of the other playlists. Share around some of the other playlists. Bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my Discord and my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.